Fman122 is a notorious hacker on Animal Jam and is a very large part of the game's identity even. Chances are if you ask somebody randomly about Animal Jam, I would say 9 times out of 10 they would probably know who Fman122 is and heard of him. But a big mystery around this character was the person behind it. Well, we had a great idea of who this was. Matter of fact, I've even made a video on this. One of the bigger mysteries regarding him was what actually happened to him. How did he hack on the game and where even is he nowadays? And today, ladies and gents, I am bringing you this video here where all of these questions will be answered. In this video, we will be uncovering the truth of Fman122 and then also what actually happened to him after Animal Jam. Now, this video is gonna follow up as like a direct part 2 to this video on screen, which was a part of my Unsolved Mysteries series about Animal Jam. So you might want to watch that first, but you're probably not gonna miss much if you don't. But for the identity behind Fman122, we already knew who this was. We knew it was a person named Abra Alakazam, who was a very known person in the community as is already. He was known as one of the most rarest players, and he seemed somewhat respected, I would say, at the time. As someone who played around in the game and knew him at the time, I talked to him maybe once or twice randomly. Didn't really know the guy, of course, but that was kind of the vibe that it gave off for a lot of people anyway. Especially in the rarity side of the game as well, he was pretty high up there, so I would say he was a high status person. So when this kind of F-Man character was made and he was going around supposedly hacking people, it kind of just added to the mystery of him at the time as well. Before we dive right into it, there is some things I want to debunk. So the biggest rumor is that he sends jamograms and it says thanks for playing with me, and that's how he hacked people. This is impossible. I think I covered this in my original video about him, but this is not a possible thing to do on the game unless you have direct backend access to the game's code and servers, which he did not. Additionally as well, I talked about a instance of where Bepper interacted with him in game and said he was changing the den and brought them into like a private version of a den they were already in with a bunch of people. This is also pretty much false. While I think this probably could have happened, it definitely wasn't his doing. Animal Jam was very glitchy around the time frame she was describing, and den glitches were also pretty prominent thing at the time. I honestly think she might have been misremembering or exaggerating it for the sake of the video. Regardless, Abra was not able to do those things she did say. Now, we'll talk about how Abra or F-Man actually did hack people at the time, or at least one of the ways that we have confirmed. So originally, way back in 2012, 2013, he was able to take entire accounts from people, and all he would need is their username and their email. That is quite literally it. He would pretty much submit a ticket under Animal Jam support telling them to change the dashboard of another account to his own dashboard of choosing. Very anticlimactic, but that is literally one of the ways that he had hacked numerous people on this game out of the rarest items on the game. And this was confirmed because there was a group of people kind of investigating what they could find about F-Man and kind of the remaining accounts he has, and it was found on an old email of his. I know it's ironic that one of his emails got hacked. It was found on one of his old emails that there was a bunch of tickets saying exactly this, showing exactly this, that there was a bunch of password or parent email change requests for accounts that weren't his. Now, that doesn't mean that he wasn't a hacker in the ways a lot of people probably think, where like he cracks passwords and stuff. Matter of fact, Abra was one of the very first few people that worked on and made one of the first working password crackers for Animal Jam. I know that for a fact. And he was also pretty, I would say, understanding in the field of coding anyway. There was also accounts of his found on coding course websites as well, from what I know and what I've been told, under those same emails that I did talk about right before. So it wasn't like he was just like a social engineer anyway, like he knew what he was doing type of thing. And matter of fact, he probably could have been a even bigger exploiter from what we know, considering he was the second ever person to find a pearly tiara and very well could have brought the first one into existence as well. And then also the only one to ever bring in the blackout elf tail armor that still exists nowadays, but the origins of how he even got this item is still unknown to this day, and very well maybe until the rest of the game's life. But I think that's pretty much it regarding how he was hacking. Now we're gonna go a bit more deeper into the character of Fman122. So a lot of people kind of just pinpoint him to being Fman122 and that he hacks people with, you know, these special programs and stuff. However, it would probably be surprising to hear that he did not work alone. The Fman character was actually two different people. One was Abra, Kadabra Alakazam that we already know, and the second was an adult woman actually. Now I'm not going to go into their identity because honestly not trying to get them in trouble anyway, even though they might deserve it. Oh no, I'm not passing justice in this video, but they were an insider. They actually worked at Animal Jam HQ during the time he was hacking accounts, and it wouldn't be too far-fetched to say she probably helped him in doing a lot of the things he did do, including this mysterious blackout elf armor. It very well might have came from her in fact, especially because this item did disappear for a number of years, and when it did reappear it was in her possession. So this second character, this woman, was actually most active last seen in 2022 I believe, but she did help Fman hack a lot of accounts, I'm pretty sure, way back when this kind of Fman122 character first came to be. And I'm pretty sure she did help and assist him in a lot of those tickets that I did mention previously as well. I don't have the tickets for sure, so I can't go back and check because this information was given to me. A team of people that were looking into Fman, by the way, just so you know how I got the information, but it was passed along to me for this video. But that's pretty much how that kind of came to be. And it's kind of funny because I don't know if a lot of you watching know about this. There was a pretty big rumor that Fman was a girl like years ago, and this just kind of, it's just a perfect fit in my opinion. I just think it's really funny. But it is also really crazy that a insider at Animal Jam at the time was doing this. To be clear, they don't work there anymore, and from what I know, they haven't in years, but their motive, I still don't even know to this day. Even when they were contacted about this a few years ago, they didn't even answer regarding it and didn't even address it or whatever. From what I know, they did have a public account that they would interact with the players on the game. That's probably how Abra did come to interact with her in the first place, but it would answer a lot of questions on some of the things we don't know exactly how Fman pulled off. We can't say for sure that she was, but it's a good reason to believe how he got some of the items he did get, because he had an insider pretty much. But this woman in specific, as I said, she doesn't work at Animal Jam anymore. The last time she was seen was 2-3 years ago now at this point, and she doesn't even play Animal Jam whatsoever anymore. I don't think she even has anything to do with it either. Regardless, this was something that was discovered and tells us more about the whole picture of Fman122. Now, this next part of the video is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about what happened to Fman122 and where is he nowadays. This was kind of a thing I teased at the end of the previous video about Fman, and we don't really know. There was a lot of rumors regarding his disappearance on the game. A lot of people just assumed he quit, and this was a very likely story given his inactivity in the games. Some people even thought he returned on a new username and was still around the game, but there was a pretty big rumor that he in fact passed away, which unfortunately it has came to be that it was discovered that he did indeed pass away a couple years ago. I'm not going to go into the details out of respect for him and his family, of course, but this team that I did reference earlier on in the video, when they were investigating and contacting certain people regarding him, they did reach out to someone that was fairly close to him, and they did inform him that he didn't actually pass away, and this person attended his service and whatnot, and he is unfortunately no longer with us. I know it's probably not a turn many of you expected this video to take, but my condolences go to him and his family and his friends as well. All I know, his you know, kind of journey on Animal Jam, I guess, was not the best. He didn't positively impact this game, to say the least. Probably brought more harm to this game than most people actually would bring to this game. But regardless of all that, at the end of the day, he is still human. So I do ask, keep it respectful in the comments, of course. The disrespectful comments will be removed and hidden from the channel. And while I don't really know the guy, as I said, I've interacted with him twice, and I was like 10 years old maybe, I think. So I can't say for certain or not if he would want to be known as a Animal Jam person anyway, but besides the fact, I guess it's a bit nice that he's gonna at least be immortalized in Animal Jam anyway, under the Fman character. And it's better to be remembered than to be forgotten in cases like that. But yeah, guys, that's going to end this one here. Hopefully that does answer some of those long-standing questions around Fman or Abra that have been standing for probably over 10 years now. The video I've been wanting to make for quite a while. Held on to this information for quite some time. I just really didn't know how to go about making the video for it, but I'm glad that I can finally put this out, and hopefully it was okay. I wanted to keep it as respectful as I could, especially near the end there. But yeah, I'm looking to bring back more videos of this kind of style where we go over like mysteries around Alamo Jam and stuff. But so if you know any you want to see out on the channel, do let me know in the comments. But with that, we'll wrap it up here, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more. Drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it, and let me know what you thought of it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.